So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, and recognizing the fact that we have also taken up a little time, I would like to take this singular honor to invite the Right Honorable Minister to come and make her statement, and then after that we shall continue with the rest of the program. You're welcome, Right Honorable. Yes, I should say that we shall continue with the practice of class. To bring energy up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sewachirianga. Members, you have to clap and clap to everybody. For your own good, not for the good of the person you are clapping for. Why? Medically, all nerves end up either in your feet or in your fingers. So the more you clap, the more you are awakening your nerves. It's a health issue. Any doctor can explain that later. So the more you clap is the more you try to avoid a stroke, especially for those above 40. Members from the UN family, members from the different development partners, staff from central government and local governments, non-state actors and state actors, participants, I bring you greetings from Honorable Onek and Honorable Abel Lilian, who are away in Europe for a joint advocacy mission with our representatives of the UNHCR. So I come here to represent them and also to represent the Office of the Prime Minister. Good morning, everybody. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the thematic session on the nutrition security situation in the refugee context, addressing the nutrition needs of refugees and the host communities in Uganda. I would like to thank the key stakeholders, that is the Ministry of Health, UNHCR, World Food Programme, UNICEF, and others for their credible support to our team at the Office of the Prime Minister in organizing this forum. As you are all aware, Uganda currently hosts a population of over 1,600,000 refugees spread in the 13 refugee hosting districts and Kampala city. This refugee population requires a number of basic services while in the country, with health and nutrition as a key. Basic services such as health, food security, WASH, which is water, sanitation and hygiene, livelihoods, shelter, contribute greatly to refugee nutrition well-being. Therefore, the refugee nutrition status is an outcome of investments across these sectors. Today, the nutrition outlook among refugees in the country is based on the recent food and nutrition assessment exercise that was carried out in the country last year, which indicates the following. Global acute malnutrition among refugees varies across the settlements, with Palabek and Rhino Camp in serious level of 13.9% and 10.5% respectively. Adjumani, Polorinia, Bidi and Chiliandong are experiencing a poor nutrition situation with the prevalence of global acute nutrition ranging from 8.0% to 9.6%. and host communities generally falls within the acceptable levels of 5%, except in Lamont, where the prevalence of global acute malnutrition is slightly elevated to 7.6%. Severe acute malnutrition among refugees, except for Palabek, is below 2%, and host communities remains extremely low at 0.0%. In most districts, except in Chiriandongo, which is 0.7%, Lamont 0.6%, Madiokolo. The government through Preparedness is using the food systems approach to ensure the sensitization of refugees and host communities on better food security systems and practices for refugees to produce food, to improve optimal feeding practices, and to increase livelihoods to afford food. Some of these initiatives include promoting the establishment of kitchen gardens at the household level. The government of Uganda is committed, has always been committed, is committed now, and remains committed to support the coordination of nutrition activities among the refugees and the host communities. I present this on behalf of Honorable Onek. I thank you for God and my country.
These have also attracted development funding from both multilateral and bilateral donors. UNHCR would like to underline that despite the development funding increasing, the humanitarian funding is gradually reducing. And UNHCR in 2024 faced a drastic funding reduction.
All going for that land, we are paying a lot of attention to the refugees because our strategy, the other side, is parish development model, where even some of our farmers don't have access to fertilizers or to the inputs that they require. And yet when it comes to the refugees, we are trying our best, especially through the development partners, to provide. So how do we avoid a conflict? It's something that we need to pay a lot of attention to avoid conflicts between the two communities.
In some settlements, there's huge demand for solar system installation, for example. A lot of partners are running around distributing solar panels, but when they break, who's there to repair them? As one example. We know that in other settlements there's a huge need for mechanics, but also more specialized mechanics. So this is really a call for all of us to take a little bit of a step back and look at what is the demand that's there.
To work. Some of you have been well versed with our refugee settlement settings. You will bear me witness that a number of refugees have been employed in a number of sectors, especially education, health, and livelihood. And with this integration of some of our sectors into the district development.
According to our policy, there is no time period when somebody should cease to be a refugee. Is it possible for us to review our policy such that we know somebody is a refugee for this number of years, thereafter he or she ceases and maybe becomes some.
One, I want to begin with Prof. Prof knows it much better than me, that when it comes to political instability and economic instability, by the time it gets to the level of people living in a country as refugees in big numbers, that means things are out of hand.
Government evuddeyo nti bano ababundabunda babawadde ettaka babayigiriza okulima basobole okuba nga bafuna okwetuusaako ekyokulima okusinga ekijjulo ekimu kye balya olunaku mu makati ga ssaawa nga 10-12 ekijjulo ekimu olunaku kiba kiraga omuntu obwongo tebukola bulungi kubanga buli ssaawa kuba bunoonya ekyakulya. Bw'obanga tomanyi ssaawa kiki ky'onoolya oluddako oba onoofuna emmere oba nga tebusobola kulowooza ku kwekulaakulanya.
Prince angambe ngwesimu